Welcome back to Gin Reviews from South Florida. Tonight, we are going to go to Kansas City, Missouri, and we'll be reviewing Tomstown Botanical Gin. GinJoe! Kansas City, home of the Chiefs. Home of the Chiefs. And guess what? The Chiefs, the NFL team, this is their gin. It's officially Tomstown Botanical Gin made for the Kansas City Chiefs. So if you're a Chiefs fan, you better go out and get this. We're coming in at 45% made with corn grain in Kansas City, Kansas City. Oh, Kansas City. I love Kansas City. Beautiful town. Botanicals, kaffir lime, lemongrass, cubeb pepper, long pepper, allspice, clove, a juniper, of course, coriander, anise, ginger, angelica, orange, and honeysuckle. Now, there's 2 more botanicals for a grand total of 14, but those last 2 I just cannot find, and really had a hard time coming up with the 12 that I got here, but I got them, because you know how I am on my channel here. I want to put out exactly what I put in, right? So, Tomstown Distilling. There's a few things I want to go over with this gin. First, when I first started doing this whole crazy gin adventure that I'm on, I was in Tennessee, as many of you know, and I kept hearing about Old Tom Gin. And at that moment in time, Old Tom Gin wasn't as widely known as it is now. So I went to probably, I don't know, 25, 30 different liquor stores. I would actually take day trips and go to like Kentucky, or I'd go to Alabama, or just neighboring states to find gins that I couldn't find in Tennessee. And I remember going to this liquor store, but it was in Columbia, Tennessee, which is right next door to where I lived. And I asked the proprietor if he had any Old Tom gin, and he said, yes, I do, and he pointed me to this gin. So, as I was reading the information, looking up stuff for it, I was so excited. I was like, alright, I'm gonna finally get to try Old Tom gin. And I go home and I pop the bottle open and I taste it, and I was disappointed because it didn't taste sweet at all. So, the proprietor owner of the liquor store, he had no idea what I was talking about. This is not an Old Tom gin. This is just a botanical gin, which it says right here. And I think what he did was he just kind of heard the word Tom, knew that there was a gin with Tom in the name, and said, here you go. And I spent $30 for this bottle. Now, you can see I have enjoyed this gin. The reason I didn't do a review of this immediately was because of those botanicals. I just now finally got a hold of 12 of the 14 botanicals, and I figure, well, now's the time to do it. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the last 2 of them, and plus they have a whole new marketing package for this gin now for the Kansas City Chiefs. This bottle was before they decided to do that. So, with all that being said, I love this on the back of the bottle, okay? Oh, here's the bottle, by the way. I'm sorry. It is really cool looking, huh? It looks like a building, you know? And then, like, right here, there's, like, all, like, it says Kansas City. It has, USA. It says The Boss Club. We're gonna get into who Tom was right now. On the back of the bottle, only one town in America completely ignored Prohibition. Guess which town it was? That's right, Kansas City. Controlled by political boss Tom Pendergrass, money, jazz, and spirits flowed through Tomstown. When a newspaperman asked him how he justified ignoring Prohibition, Tom answered, the people are thirsty. Love that. Tomstown Distilling Company satisfies that same thirst today by providing premium craft spirits. Taste our high standards in every sip of gin, vodka, and bourbon, and made in the heart of Tomstown. So yeah, for those out there that do not know the whole story of America's prohibition, there was Kansas City that defied it, and I love that. I think that's awesome. Then, you know, there was also a whole bunch of other things that weren't so awesome, like murders and, you know, the likes of that, crime and such. But hey, what the hell? That was in the past, right? Like 100 years ago. Anyway, let's see. I have a little bit more here. Let's open it up. Okay. I love when a little bit gets in the nostril there. Okay, so I am right away. I can smell the base spirit of the corn, but it's not malted. It's not burnt. There's nothing like that going on. This is a very floral gin. The honeysuckle, and I would say maybe lavender. Maybe that is the one of the two of the botanicals I couldn't find. Yeah, I mean, I definitely smell honeysuckle and lavender and juniper, and the juniper is nice. It's very piney and resinous. It's very clean and green, and it is legging quite a bit, which I do like. Oh man, the smell of this gin is just so nice. It really is. It has, you know, like when you smell it, when the smell hits you, you know it's gin right away, and that is a good thing. Salute. Wow, is that a good? It's very nice. Okay, burn is good. I'm getting a low and slow traveler. It's very nice on that end. The juniper is right there up front, and that's always good. It's definitely stinging the tip of my tongue, and the beginning part of the palate, it's kind of numbing it. And I guess I would say that is from the two different peppers and allspice that they have in it, because long pepper and Cuban pepper are two spices that are spicy enough, but then when you add that allspice in, it's like that warm baking spice. So I'm tasting that, but it's also numbing up the front part of the palate, which is nice on its own merit, you know. The citrus, it hits at the end instead of like right after the juniper, so it's very it's different in that way, but I think to someone that is not as advanced as I am in tasting so many different gins, that won't be a problem. I think actually that might even help someone that is not a huge gin fan maybe get into this whole crazy thing a little bit better. Cocktails. Let's do a nice cocktail tonight. It is Halloween night, and let's do something spooky. Alright, so for Halloween, we're going to make ourselves a Black Manhattan. My riff on a Black Manhattan. Now, for a Black Manhattan to work, you need to have Amaro. And Amaro is a beautiful, beautiful liqueur that's flavored with herbs. I have two of them to showcase. I got Luxardo's, because Luxardo always makes a good product. But this is actually my favorite Amaro. This is St. Agrestis from Brooklyn, New York. Believe that. There is not one other Amaro producer in the United States than this right here. And this is outstanding. It comes in at 30%, and on the bottle it says, "At St. Agrestis, our most celebrated moments come after a meal. Enjoy Brooklyn's tribute to Amari neat over ice or in a cocktail with friends and family." Yeah, well, I like it in a cocktail, and I really, really dig this drink that I hope someone out there actually makes, because I think you will as well. So, in my small shaker, we're gonna put in, I'm gonna go with the gin first. We're gonna go of this Tom's Town, 2 ounces of gin. Okay, to 1 ounce of this St. Agrestis. Okay. Angostura, just about 3 shakes. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Now, here's why this is my riff. Plus, you don't usually use gin for this cocktail, but you know me. This is my last little bits of this beautiful Rhine-Hole plum brandy. Do you need this to make this cocktail? No. I don't think you need it, but I really like the way the plum essence comes around with the Amaro herbs in there. I mean, it really is a beautiful thing. This product right here is outstanding. If you could find this in your liquor store, I say pick it up. It's worth just to try it neat. But I'm going to use the rest of that right there, which is probably about a ½ ounce. Maybe even a ¼ ounce. Just a little bit to get it essenced, the nuance. Alright, and then we're just going to shake. Perfect. And I'm going to use my Prohibition style cocktail coupe here, since Tom's Town, and I did the whole history of Prohibition in Kansas City. It was not done there. But look at that, huh? You can smell it from here. The color on it is just remarkable. If you let it sit a little bit, it'll actually bring more of the lighter colors up, and the darker colors will go down here. It's almost like candy corn in appearance, but it does not taste like candy corn. Ugh, I hate that stuff. Salute. Cheers. Happy Halloween. Oh God, I love this cocktail. I remember when I first did this one. Oh, it's so good. The Amaro mixes with this gin so well. There's just so many botanicals going on. It's like it's an amusement park of botanicals, but always in the fun way, not the scary way. The plum brandy, it's so light, but I actually can taste the essence of the plum in the background with the Angostura. The Angostura has so much you know, cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, those baking spices, and it's going perfect with the baking spices that are in the botanicals for Tom's Town. The Amaro and the gin together, they mix just perfectly. When I first made this cocktail, I tried it out with my fellow employees at the restaurant I was running, and every single person that tried this cocktail told me it was a winner. And I know it is, but you know, it's nice when other people say that. So if you have a bottle of Amaro out there and you don't know what you're doing with it, or it's just you pick up a bottle locally at your liquor store and you have some gin lying around, I suggest you make this cocktail and tell me what you think. Try it out. It's delicious, and it's great for right now on All Hallows Eve. You know, a lot of people comment that Amaro is just too medicinal tasting, too herbaceous. And to that I say, you don't know what you're talking about. That is if you're just drinking it, you know, maybe as a dinner, a nightcap or something. You know, maybe in that respect it is. But mixed in a cocktail, it just intertwines. And gin and Amaro together are just made for each other when you think about it. There's so many different there's so many things that are the same in the way that they distill, most notably the botanicals and herbs. I mean, you know, the other liqueur I would think that maybe comes close, or it's actually in its own league, is chartreuse. Green chartreuse, yellow chartreuse. Those two are just on their own, but they have the same kind of profile where there's so many herbs going on. It's hard to really pinpoint, but at the same time you don't want to because it's so amazing. Anyway, this is going to be savored right now, enjoyed, and I'm going to just say this one last time tonight, from me to you to me, to everyone else here in the States in the middle, from sea to shining sea. Happy Halloween. here we go, going into the holiday season now, right? We got Thanksgiving, we got Christmas coming up. We got a lot of cocktails we got to cover for the winter months, especially the South Florida winter months where I'm wearing flip-flops tonight. Love it. All right. Cheers, salute, and you bastards. I'll see you on the flip side.